All right, welcome to another episode of The Headlinesman. I'm your host, James Moody. Let's talk about where we were this week and where we're going this upcoming week. So we had two games of the week this week. Our first game was West Jordan at Riverton. That was on Thursday night. That was the game that was on Channel 2. So we're going to show you some clips from that game and give you a recap. Second game was American Leadership Academy at South Summit. Initially, I had planned on going to Corner Canyon at Salem Hills, but sadly, due to the wildfires, Salem had to cancel their game to take care of their community. So I picked a game Thursday night to go to, and it was South Summit. They were gracious enough to let me down on the sideline so I could get some pictures and some video. So we're going to give you a recap of that game. I know that I've talked about South Summit pretty heavily in my 2A preview, so we'll get the opportunity to talk about them a little bit more. So let's get going. On to game one. Game of the week number one, like I said, featured West Jordan at Riverton. When I went through my preview, I viewed these teams very similarly. I figured they would be fighting for that third and fourth spot out of that region. After watching this game, I still feel the same way. I think those are going to be the teams that are fighting for that third and fourth spot in that region and really fighting for playoff seeding at that point. I do believe that Riverton is the better team, and I'll kind of walk you through why. Riverton, their quarterback, Hayden McDonald, great player, made some plays with his feet and his arm. He really helped them get some big plays, which helped them get some points on the board early. And once they got those first couple touchdowns, it really kind of took West Jordan out of the game. They were out of their game plan and had to really make some changes that I don't think they were comfortable with. From there, Riverton's defense took over. They played extremely well, got some pressure on Oakley Kopp, the quarterback from West Jordan. Just really made his life difficult. He had a rough night. And their defense overall, I think, is good. I don't think it's as good as those other two top teams in their region, East and Harriman. That's why I think they'll probably finish in that third spot. And so that's what to look for with Riverton. West Jordan, defensively, it was a rough night for them. The only bright spot was Helaman Sosi. He made some big plays for them. And he was the lone bright spot on their defense, I felt. Their defensive secondary got picked apart all night, gave up some big plays, big passes down the field all night. Really made it rough for them. Last thing with West Jordan I want to talk about is their offense. Had some offensive issues. Like I mentioned, Oakley Kopp had a rough night. Didn't complete a lot of passes down the field. Their running game was non-existent, mainly due to that Riverton defensive front. And so it's going to be really interesting to see how they play out the next couple weeks. See if they can get those region wins that they need to clinch a playoff spot. So that's something to look for with West Jordan moving forward. Overall, I thought this game was going to be a better game than it turned out to be. But like I said, Riverton just dominated up front. They had better athletes that made plays for them. They were able to get points early and put pressure on West Jordan. Like I said, I think that made West Jordan uncomfortable, and that really made it for a rough night for West Jordan. So that's my thoughts on game number one. Let's take a look at some of the clips and go from there. All right, so we just watched clips from our Game of the Week number 2. So let's talk about where we're going and what you can expect this week from a video standpoint. I've got 2 games of the week again this week. I'm going out to Syracuse to see them take on the Weber Warriors. That should be a good game. I look forward to that game. And I just really want to see both those teams play. Weber's got some kids that are very interesting, especially from a college recruiting standpoint, that I want to take a look at and see what I think. That's on Thursday night. On Friday night, I'm going to be here in Lehigh, going to Provo at Skyridge. Skyridge is a team that is very talented, and I expect them to compete for a 5A state championship this year. Provo is rebuilding a little bit, so it'll be kind of interesting to see how their program is going. Skyridge for sure has 4 or 5 kids that are getting serious Division I looks. Want to see them in person, want to see them play, see what I think, and kind of give you my thoughts and opinions on their players. I would also like to get out a video. I've got a huge pet peeve, huge rule thing with high school football that I hate, and I will tell everyone that I hate it, and I want to share with everybody. But let's talk about some holding. Let's talk about holding enforcement. It's ridiculous. It needs to be changed. Let's get it done. But that's what to expect from me this week. I hope that you've had a great time watching this video. If you haven't already, subscribe, like the video, turn on your notification bell. Let's get it done so you can see my videos. Bye.